Welcome back, everyone. Good business leaders create a vision, articulate the vision, passionately own the vision, and relentlessly drive it to completion. Jack Welch. So as you can see today, you guys, we're going to talk about how to create a powerful business vision statement that fuels growth and innovation for your company. Okay, we hear these terms a lot: vision statements, mission statements, my brand DNA, my purpose. We're going to talk about what is the difference between these different statements and how to actually use these powerful tools in growing your business and building the culture so that your brand can inevitably scale. Okay, we're also going to talk about the framework and some tips and tricks that I have so that you can properly craft a brand vision statement that takes your business to the next level. So let's get right into it, you guys. First, what is a vision statement, right? There's a lot of different definitions out there, and there's no right or wrong answer, but in my opinion, there are some important ingredients that should go into an effective vision statement. There are bad vision statements out there, and there are strong vision statements, and let's make sure that you have the latter. So, my definition of a vision statement here at Big Red Jelly is: a vision statement is a future-oriented declaration of an organization's purpose and aspirations. It is meant to be forward-thinking and emotional, and we'll talk about why. Okay, but before we talk about those ingredients, a lot of people will ask me, and clients will kind of stop me and say, and maybe you're wondering this right now, right? Does having a vision really matter? Will that help me increase my revenue? Will it help improve my bottom line? Will it help me recruit top-tier talent? Will it help me put out the fires that I have with this client or customer over there? It may not be able to do all of those day-to-day things, but in the grand scheme of things, it's very hard to find a successful brand or company that is not powered by a very strong vision statement and just a strong visionary culture, right? Think about it. Think about the brands that you like, that you buy from, that you are an advocate for, and more often than not, they have a strong vision that has pivoted probably throughout the years, but they've stayed true to that vision, and they're all working behind one cohesive goal, right? So, does having a vision really matter? Let's look at some of the statistics, right? So according to a survey conducted by Bain & Company, companies that have clearly defined vision and mission statements outperform those that do not, right? This shouldn't surprise us. Specifically, organizations with clear vision and mission statements achieve 30% higher returns than those without a clear sense of direction. It's interesting to me that we tend to know this principle or understand this principle more in our personal lives, right? When we talk about goal setting, we talk about having a vision board, we talk about having a long-term vision, but then reverse engineering that to what are my quarterly goals, my monthly goals, what are my habits today, right? We know that having a vision and setting goals is going to allow you to achieve more, yet I think we struggle to do this in small to mid-sized businesses and as an entrepreneurs. I don't doubt that as an entrepreneur, perhaps a business owner, you have a vision. That's probably why you started your company. But is that vision clearly defined? It has to be for your employees and your leadership team and your customers in today's day and age. And that has to be shared regularly to make sure that we're all behind the vision. So another statistic here. Another study by Bain & Company found that companies with a clear purpose and vision experience a 41% higher level of employee engagement. Okay, engaged employees are more productive, innovative, and committed to the company's success. Guys, there are oodles of research papers, data, statistics, surveys that show that having a strong vision statement leads to better employee engagement, higher customer or client satisfaction, less employee churn, ease of hiring top-tier talent, better brand recognition, and so much more. So yes, I hope I've convinced you at this point that having a strong vision statement is important. And even if you have a vision statement, right, if it's sitting somewhere in your brand style guide or in your employee handbook collecting dust, you've lost the point, right? So even if you have a vision statement, it's a good time to go back and review and revise, and we're also going to talk about how to implement the vision statement into your company so you actually get as much juice from the squeeze as possible, right? Okay, so what are the ingredients of a powerful vision statement? If you already have a vision statement, pull it out and ask yourself, does your vision statement include these things, right? And if you're new to this and you're crafting your vision statement, make sure that these components are included, right? Number one, it should be aspirational. Now, there is a slight difference between aspirational and inspirational. I'll let you Google the very nuanced difference between those two terms, and it is important. So it should be aspirational, right? It's like, what am I aspiring to be as a brand or as a company or as a team, right? What are my aspirations, right? Should be clear and concise. No room for ambiguity. Clear and concise, right? The vision has to be clear. It cannot be muddied, right? It cannot be opaque. It cannot be fuzzy. It's got to be clear and concise. If you have a vision statement that's a little too long, if you're wondering maybe, man, this is a little verbose, it probably is, right? Clear and concise. Aligned with your values. You have to bring those two things together. Now, this is another video for maybe another time. We've done plenty of content or produced plenty of content about the importance of having values or brand pillars, core values. They have to be in line with each other, right? Often I use this analogy where a vision is, hey, here's where I want to go in the long term. I want to go and I want to be at this place in the long term. But how do you know where you want to go if you don't really know who you are and what you value, what's important to you, right? So you actually have to get that first. In my opinion, a company or a startup owner, an entrepreneur, you have to first outline, what are my values? What do I stand by? What is my purpose? Why am I doing this? Then, once that's solidified, you can say, now where do I want to go? What's my vision, right? So vision usually follows values, in my opinion. Number 4, memorable and compelling, right? If it's hard for your team members or your leadership or your co-founders to remember the vision statement and it's not compelling, then you've probably done something wrong. It should be memorable and compelling. And finally, like I said, it's forward focused. Vision is all about I see where I want to go so that I can get there. Forward focused, right? Vision statements are more long-term. Mission statements are more near-term, right? Vision is, hey, here's where we want to be in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and beyond. Mission is, what are we going to do about that now? What's our mission right now, right? Okay. Formula. So, one of the hardest things to do in brand building is to perfectly articulate your tagline, your core values, your purpose, your vision statement, your mission statement. So I love to give frameworks. Now, this is not meant to confine you. This is meant to give you a starting point on how to craft a really strong vision statement. So this will help you get started. But by all means, please modify this, right? Get creative. But I think there are some core principles that you'll find helpful here. So our vision is to be, now again, you can tweak these first few words, right? But what I like here, okay, is I suggest starting with a verb, okay? So our vision is to, boom, insert verb, right? I like that. We evangelize here at Big Red Jelly that you do the brand, you don't talk about the brand, you don't speak of the brand, you do the brand, right? You are the brand. So I'm going to show you some vision statements here in a second from some big brands, and you'll notice that they start with verbs, right? So it's actionable. So our vision is to, and then insert verb, and describe your long-term goal or aspiration, right? Maybe I'm a drink company, right? Our vision is to showcase what true energy should be for everyone to achieve their best selves, right? So what's that first verb is going to be really, really important in your vision statement. It's going to make it more memorable. Okay, so our vision is verb, and then describe your long-term goal or aspiration as a brand. By, and then insert how you plan to achieve it. Right? In order to, now this is the key point of a vision statement, and this is where purpose kind of bleeds in order to, and then insert the impact or difference you want to make aligned with your values. So those are the three things, right? What's your goal or aspiration? Make sure you have a verb to start that off, right? Then plan how you are going to achieve it. And then why does that even matter, right? What's the impact? That's that cherry on the top. Why are you doing this? What is the vision for? And that's where you insert the impact or difference you want to make. and it should be aligned with your values. Okay, so here's some examples. Tesla, to accelerate, notice the verb, to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. One little tip I give clients when they're crafting their vision statements or I'm reviewing their vision statements is I'll often see vision statements getting too specific and not emotional enough. Vision statements are where you're allowed to be ambiguous a little bit, in meaning I don't need to know your product or service or your UVPs or your proven process or how you do things in your vision statement. That's not the point. Notice in Tesla's vision statement here that it doesn't talk about cars. It doesn't talk about SpaceX. It doesn't talk about the software within their cars. It doesn't talk about why their cars are better than other cars, right? It simply is explaining the long-term vision here, and it's emotional and it drives me, right? Pun intended. To accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, right? Nike, to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. Nothing about shoes, nothing about clothes. That's what they should make me feel when I put on a pair of Nike shoes, right? Sony, to fill the world with emotion through the power of creativity and technology. Microsoft, to empower, great verb, every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So look at the verbs, look at the framework, and you can see what it takes to build a really strong vision statement. So, guys, I leave you with a couple practical tips. Once you craft your vision statement, that's just step one, right? Refine it, brainstorm on it, tear it apart, share it with your leadership, get feedback. It should come from you, though, the founder, the leader, the entrepreneur. But once it's done, this is where I see most organizations drop the ball, right? They'll go back and they'll put it in their brand guide and their employee handbook. It'll be on the wall somewhere, and it'll collect dust, right? It's imperative that once you have a vision statement, I encourage you to share it, talk about it in your quarterly meetings, in your company kickoff meetings, in your sales team meetings, in your marketing. I encourage you to make it a customer or client focused thing. Put it on your website, put it in your marketing material, put it in your email signature, put it as a quote from you at the bottom of every document that you send. Why not? That's what customers and clients are asking for today, especially younger generations, Gen Z and younger. They want to see the why. They want to see the authenticity. They want to see your vision and your purpose, and it will differentiate you from your competition. Use it as a tool when you're hiring. Use it as a tool when you're letting someone go. Use it as a tool when you're promoting someone, when you're congratulating someone, or when you're critiquing someone saying, hey, I love what you did there because it's in line with our vision and it's helping people do A, B, C, D, which is part of our vision, right? That will build the culture, it will build the brand, and your customers will recognize that. So, guys, good luck out there. Have a vision. I know you've got a vision. Put it down on paper. Refine that vision. Create it, share it, follow it. I know you can do it. Tune in next time. Thank you.